Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is adverb phrase 43. The adverb phrase today is no pun intended. Yeah, this is a request video. A student wanted to know how to use this. So let's take a look at the board here. Okay, if somebody wants a screenshot. All right, let's get right into it. In order to understand the meaning of this phrase, no pun intended, we must first clarify, make it clear what a pun is. A pun, sometimes referred to as a play on words. Yeah, that's what we often say. That's what a pun is. It's kind of making fun of words. So a pun is a humorous use of a word to suggest two or more meanings or the meaning of another word similar in sound. All right, so there's two different types. I'll get to that as we go along. Puns are often used in titles and are considered to be witty. It is a good skill for a creative writer to have. Yeah, because a lot of times people will notice that, ooh, that's cool. I like that pun he did. All right, let's continue. All right, here are some examples. All right, she had a photographic memory, but never developed it. Okay. Well, first of all, photographic memory, there are a few people that actually have this. That means that they don't forget anything. They could just read a book one time and they remember every single page. They remember everything they read. It's almost like it's taking a picture. It's very rare, but there are some people that have a photographic memory. So that's what that is. So we say she had a photographic memory but never developed it. Well, here it's a pun because of the word develop. Because remember, you used to develop photos, make them, into pictures. And if you also say developed, meaning that she really never, this photographic memory is a skill, it's a talent. And she never developed that means, well, she probably, maybe she just had a regular job. Maybe she was a waitress or a hairdresser or something. Maybe she never used her skill or talent. If you have a photographic memory, well, you could probably end up getting a really good job. I don't know if you advance your learning, but that's what they say. So she had a photographic memory, but never developed it. Okay, so again, developed here is really the pun. That's what has a double meaning. She never brought it to its potential. Okay, let's continue. The second one we have is a real quote from Mark Twain. And here it is. Denial ain't a river in Egypt. Well, this probably came from one of his books. The pun here is denial, because denial sounds like the Nile. That's the famous river that's in Egypt, the Nile. So he's saying denial ain't a river in Egypt. Well, obviously he was talking about denial in the story. But anyway, this is a pun. This is a little bit like the second one. These are two different words. They sound similar. And that's kind of the play on words there. Okay, let's look at the next one. Why didn't the cannibal eat the clown? He was worried he tasted funny. Yeah, this sounds like a typical joke that maybe children will tell. Some of these little, funny ones here. All right, remember, a cannibal would be a person that eats other people. That's a cannibal. And why didn't the cannibal eat the clown? He was worried he tasted funny. All right, here the pun is really on funny too, because one, funny means haha, makes you laugh, because of course this is a clown. And funny also has the meaning of like strange or unusual. So he was worried he tasted funny. So that's what the joke is supposed to be. Whether you think it's a good joke or not, it's still a pun. And this is what we mean. So a lot of these little kids' jokes might actually have puns in them. Okay, good. Big butts are fat, and fat here stands for pretty, hot, and tempting. Yeah, this is one that I actually thought up and wrote for an article I did, about 15 years ago. At that time, in the States, there was a lot of women, they were having plastic surgery to actually make their butts bigger. Because, both Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez were very famous at that time. And they were considered to have, I guess, sexy butts. So a lot of them so they were saying some women were actually having plastic surgery to make their butts bigger and fatter and rounder. And I had to write an article about that. So this was the title of the article, Big Butts Are Fat. But here the fat, of course, fat, P-H-A-T, sounds just like F-A-T, fat. But here the P-H-A-T stands for pretty, hot, and tempting. And fat here can mean attractive, good in quality, cool, etc. So again, this is very clearly a pun. This is the other one. It's actually kind of like the harder one. The one where you have two different words that have a similar meaning. And this kind of has a double meaning at the same time. Okay, good. All right, let's continue. Now, if someone says no pun intended, okay, it is used to indicate, means to show, that what one just said or is about to say was not purposely meant as a pun. So you can almost say this after any pun. But what you're doing at this time is maybe as you say it, maybe you realize that's a pun. And then maybe you're really honest. Hey, I just made a pun, but I didn't mean to make the pun. No pun intended. Or, here we have the second part, it could also be used to bring attention to the pun. Maybe you're saying no pun intended, but maybe your real goal is to say, ha ha ha, I just made a pun. So it could be both ways. So really, almost any pun, even the ones that are up here, somebody could have said that after, it was said, after the pun was actually said to bring attention to it. Okay, and I just gave one example here. You ran out of frog food 2 days ago. Yeah, maybe somebody has a pet frog. If you don't buy some from the pet shop soon, your frog is going to croak. No pun intended. So, of course, the pun here is the word croak. Why? Because, of course, that's the sounds that frogs make. They croak. But croak could also mean to die. So here it's a pun. It's a play on words. Okay. All right, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope you understand it. I hope it was food for thought. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.